Inheritance in Java: the process by which one class acquires the properties, data members, and functionalities of another class is called inheritance. The aim of inheritance is to provide the reusability of code so that a class has to write only the unique features and the rest of the common properties and functionalities can be extended from the other class. Inheritance, as the name specifies, the properties which is inherited by the previous generation. Just like talking about an example, a father is a good singer and the son is a good dancer. So by inheritance, we can say that the son acquires the properties of a singer as well as the dancer, since his father is a good singer. So this is what is we are talking about inheritance in Java. When we are talking about inheritance, the properties which are already specified in the previous or parent class are extracted or inherited by the subclass or the child class. So now let us talk about the child class. The class that extends the features of another class is known as child class, subclass, or derived class. The parent class. The class whose properties or functionalities are inherited by another class is known as the parent class, superclass, or the base class. Inheritance is a process of defining a new class based on existing class by extending its common data members and methods. Inheritance allows us to reuse of code. It improves reusability in your Java application. The biggest advantage of inheritance is that code that is already present in the base class needs not to be rewritten in the child class. This means that data members or instance variables and methods of the parent class can be used in the child class. For example, practically I would like to tell you that if a set of codes is written in public accessibility mode of the parent class needs not to be written in the child class. We assume that that set of codes is being copied or already written in the base class if it is inheritance. Syntax of inheritance is just we use the extends keyword of the parent class. Now let us have a look to the inheritance example. In this example, we have a base class teacher and a subclass physics teacher. Since class physics teacher extends the designation and college properties and work method from the base class, we need not to declare these properties and method in subclass. Here we have college name, designation, and work. So these are the methods which are common to all the teachers. So we have declared them in the base class. The way the child class like math teacher, music teacher, and physics teacher do not need to write this set of codes and can be used directly from the base class. Now let us have a look to the example. Now let us have a look to the example. In the class you can see a parent class, class teacher. In this we have a variable designation, college name. Then we have another function does. Talking about the child class, we have a physics teacher which is inheriting the class teacher. In this we have various variables like main subject. Then we have now talking about the main function in this, we are creating an object to access all those things. Now you can see that the college name designation, these can be easily inherited and used by the previous class as these comes from the parent class. Based on the above example, we can say that physics teacher is a teacher. This means that a child class has is a relationship with the parent class. This is inheritance and is known as is a relationship between child and parent class. The derived class inheritance all the members and methods that are declared as public or protected. If the members or methods of superclass are declared as private, then derived class cannot use them directly. The private member functions can access only in its own. Such private members can only be accessed using public or protected getter and setter methods of upper class shown in the example below. Let us talk about the example now. You can see that we have a class teacher. In this we have a private variable designation college name, and then we have a public function get designation. From these parts we can see that private visibility mode or accessibility mode, anything defined under the private part cannot be inherited. Anything defined under the public part can be inherited. The private part can only be inherited, can only be used inside the class, not even the objects which are outside the class. Now, so how to use these private member functions or private variables? You can see that this function, public string get designation, and these variables are inside the same class. So these functions or variables can be used anything by can be used anything. Even this function get designation can use these. So whenever we use to access the private member functions, we will need to access it via the functions which are defined under public visibility mode. Another function we have under protected member functions. Now under protected member functions is that these things can be inherited and can be used outside the class if it is inherited. You can see that we have various functions defined under protected member function. We have college name, get college, set designation. Now in the next class, we have public class Java example extends teacher. Java class is the child class and teacher is the parent class. We have another string in this main subject, and then we have public member functions defined inside this. Now when we try to access or when we try in the main function system.out. We have created an object obj, and object can access get college name function, get designation, and the main subject. Main subject is inside the same class, get designation and college name. Get designation and college name is under protected member function, so these can be inherited. The important point to note in the above example is that child class is able to access the private members of parent class. The protected methods of parent class. Through protected methods of parent class. When we make an instance, variable, data member, or method protected, this means that they are accessible only inside the class itself in the child class and in the child class. These public, protected, private, etc. are all access specifiers, and we are going to discuss it in our further tutorials. Proceeding further, let us have a look to the types of inheritance. We have single inheritance. In this, there is one parent class and one child class. Multi-level inheritance. We have one parent class inherited by one child class, and that child class becomes the parent class for another child class. That means A, B, and C. In this, C is indirectly inheriting class A. Hierarchical inheritance. In this, we have one single class, and the same class is inherited by three different classes. Multiple inheritance. In multiple inheritance, we have two different classes, and two different classes acts as parent class of a single class. Then we have hybrid inheritance, combination of more than one types of inheritance in a single program. For example, class A and B extends C, and another class D extends A. This is a hybrid inheritance example because it is a combination of single and hierarchical inheritance. Constructors and inheritance. Constructor of a subclass is invoked when we create the object of a subclass. This by default invokes the default constructor of a superclass. Hence, in inheritance, the objects are constructed top-down. The superclass constructor can be called explicitly using the super keyword, but it should be first statement in a constructor. The super keyword refers to the superclass immediately above of the calling class in the hierarchy. The use of multiple super keywords to access an ancestor class other than the direct parent is not permitted. In the example, we have a parent class and a function. We have another class, Java example, inherits parent class. In this, we have a function, Java example. You can see that this is a constructor, and it defines just a displaying of constructor of the child. In the main method, we are calling the function Java example since it is a constructor. Inheritance and method overriding. Overriding is a technique in object-oriented programming system that when a function or method or a variable is previously defined is overwritten by a new definition of the function or the variables. When we declare the same method in a child class which is already present in the present parent class is called method overriding. In this case, when we call the method from the child class object, the child class version of the method is called. However, when we call the parent class using the super keyword, as I have shown in the example below, we have a parent class. In this, we have a function parent class. We have another function disp. We have another class Java example which inherits parent class. Then we have Java example. This is the constructor, and this is another function disp. Now from the main method we have created an object, and the object, you can see that this object is of Java example. Now this object is going to call this function, the function which is defined in the child class. This is all about inheritance in Java.